Admiralty and the fleet. The blue. Is it Admiralty? Because I'm guessing it's like, since it's the fleet, it's and naval history, it's Admiral. But Admiralty? No, one of those. It's there. Except from a book on naval history. While each of the isles have some form of naval fleet, none is more envied than that of Bristol. With its long, proud history of great ships and the admirals who command them, boys come of age in the cities of Bristol hoping to someday captain such a ship. And family dynasties are made by those captains who track down infamous pirates or crush seditious uprisings, as during the Morley insurrection. In times of war and peace, Bristol continues to innovate at sea. The ship designs of Anton Sokolov himself now represent the highest standards in the whaling trade, allowing crews to haul their kill up on the deck and begin their butchery and processing even as the ship returns to Dunwall. The crews can be seen working on their latest whale as the ship moves slowly up the Wrenhaven River, coming to dock with one of the powerful warehouse companies such as the Greaves Whaling House. Suspended in the rigging overhead and backlit by the setting sun, the silhouette of one of these creatures makes a moving sight. Shouldn't it be GH? As it cruises to its final resting place in the industrial heart of the capital city. Also, maybe not suspend a giant whale in the rigging overhead, because, gravity. Havelock, Entry 1. Havelock Log, Entry 1. It has been days since our men were dispatched to stash weapons for Corvo in the old sewer. They have not returned, so I can only hope that they succeeded in getting the packages delivered. Piero spent considerable time and resources making those things. If I could find a way to mass produce them, the Dunwall Navy would secure its place as the dominant force on the globe. But back to Corvo. Can he actually break out of Coldridge, and if so, will he make his way here? I personally give him odds of 1 in 5.
Log entry 1-4. It seems we have moved to a new phase. Martin's improvisations have borne fruit. The former bodyguard has been freed and is en route to the staging location. With Pendleton's voting block and my military connections, all we've lacked is the ability to project lethal force in a controlled manner against a previously inaccessible... to the point, we need a man who can kill the bastards for us. Corvo,
well, you're in luck.
capable of that, I have no doubt. End law.
Just look at how...
Switch. Where the hell is that?
Just look at me juggling this. I'm like a wraith main. Oh, a gaffer's toe. Oh, jeez. Here we go. If you don't like listening to someone who can barely speak English read long sections of text, this playthrough might not be for you. Here we go. Except from the travel journal of a whaler in his final years, A Gaffer's Tale Volume 2, or A Gaffer's Final Passage. After more than a quarter of a century, I'm done with whaling, too broken to continue. I've seen all the corners of the isles and made more coin than most men see in a lifetime. But it's all gone. I've lived through an emperor and watched his daughter take the throne. Very young empress she was, but slain so young. Everything beautiful comes to die. I've eaten in every port of the known world and sailed in the loneliest waters you could have imagined. I've seen the cliffs around Pandysia. Even the best of it doesn't give me an ounce of joy. The years come back across my dreams as a line of butchered bodies, long, sleek, and singing among the waves under the moonlight, only to be speared by ugly, weather-scarred men who'd knife each other for a good pair of boots. Each year I had less time to come home. My tongue forgot the language of small chatter, and those who lived in the cities thought me odd. My sister Nina hardly knew what to say to me during our visits. When she lost her business to the Lord Regent's crooked barrister, I was 100 miles east of Morley, gaff hand frozen from the sleet as we tracked the first bull whale we'd seen in months. I helped her as much as I could, but Nina died in the early days of the plague. None of it mattered. If I'm jaded and bitter, it's because this industry has taken away my dreams. The world has beaten me. Ooh. Pubmaster's room key. I've already forgotten. Did we see a locked door upstairs somewhere? Hello? Or does it go somewhere else? It's just us, our room up here. can be an old rusty key. Well, that helps. Out of my way. Still have this. No, I draw the line at singing. It's what we will do with a drunken whaler. Feed him to the hungry rats for dinner. Slice his throat with a rusty cleaver. Stuff him in a sack and throw him over. Oh. Litany on the White Cliff. Excerpt from a series of Overseer invocations by High Overseer Abraham Templeton. As I say to you, brothers, it is here that we make our stand as a righteous force against the growing darkness. It is here that we unite against the spirits of the unknown that would drag us screaming into the night, never to return to our homes, to our families. Together we will serve as a rod to those who will stray from the herd, for the foggy gray wastes of the outsider. We will burn a bright fire with our virtuous actions, so that others will not lose their way. And to those who cannot wander, or to those who choose to wander, beyond the walls of our homes in far places, we will strike at them swiftly before they whisper to the neighbors, filling their hearts with strangeness and doubt. Oh, no. Oh, wait. Isn't that... Yeah, that's... Okay, so that one... Thank you.
Do not attempt to house or care for a friend or family member who shows signs of blood on their face and chest area.
Shadow on Bitterleaf. Excerpt from a long work of fiction. Finding my way by the feeble light of the dying fire, I saw her working. A large needle moved in her hand, following precise esoteric patterns, knots and loops of seamstress craft from ancient days. Beneath her needle, his body clenched and shuddered, shaking the wooden table. That took a morbid fascination pushed me closer until she turned her blank face toward me, resting the needle in his flesh. With a refined tone, she addressed me. So you are the lover, I presume. You too have been unfaithful, and it's now your turn to be mended. Sounds like an interesting book. Excerpt from a theater play, The Young Prince of TYVIA. Lord Nathan Bale, shaking with outrage. How dare you, sir? Clothes so in my very home, I should hand you over to the watch, depraved Tyvian. Prince Calasar moving closer. That's a harsh welcome for royalty, my lord. Your daughter treated me with much more hospitality. Alas, she has gone out for the evening, leaving me all alone. Lord Nathan Bale, stammering, studying the younger man before him. What are you doing? Leave this house. Go back to your frozen wasteland, pale rascal. Jeez. Hate it when I get called a pale rascal. Prince Calasar, smiling coyly, reaching out. No need for anger between us, Lord Bale. Is it so wrong for me to be here? As I've proven, I've developed an affinity for you and your family. Lord Nathan Bale, gasping. Oh my. Calasar, your skin is so warm, it burns. I do declare. Oh, I thought I missed a coin. Oh. Now we're opening up to... I saw you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Making sure there's no coins in the sink. Oh, hello.
Attention, Dunwall citizens. Be advised, the river crust infestation has spread downriver.
Even after
as
6
far
months
as
in
the
Cold
river
Ridge
mouth
prison,
and
he
flooded
slipped out like
district.
it was nothing.
Do not attempt to
Yes.
approach or
Not
destroy a
surprising.
river crust.
He was the
Any
personal
items
bodyguard of
recovered from
Empress.
doing so are
You've heard
considered
the stories.
state property.
Yes, I have. It still amazes me that someone could get to the Empress and young Lady Emily.
No one knows the real story, Trevor. We all have our suspicions. We'll know the truth in time.
He's strong and quick. But I hope he understands subtlety as well.
This isn't one of your fancy
I don't.
dress parties. The reality is that we need men killed. Have you ever killed a man?
I have.
Only with my wit. But it's a fair point as always. He'll be here soon, and I'm looking forward to meeting him.
I don't want to meet you. So this goes out. So let's go back up. Make sure we didn't miss anything by going this way.
Attention Dunwall citizens. Lady Emily Caldwin was abducted 6 months ago during
Hello?
her mother's terrible murder. Anyone with information leading to the location or return of the daughter of our beloved late Empress is required to speak to the City Watch at once.
I expect they're hard at work in there. Best join them. They'll help you get whoever really killed the Empress. I'm sure the Admiral is anxious to meet you. It wasn't easy getting you here.
That's all well and good, but I got a key and I want to find out what it goes to. It looks weird how our hand doesn't move when we're running. Because it doesn't look at least like there's much sway. Darn. Where else did we find a door that needed a key? That one just goes in.
Attention all citizens. Curfew
These doors are
extends
not
from
open all.
sundown to sunrise unless you are otherwise authorized. Violators
was a
will
coin.
be subject to interrogation and detained when necessary. Remember, the boldest measures are the safest.
Is there doors up here that we couldn't open? Question mark. Maybe over here somewhere. Just making sure I didn't miss a big obvious door right there. Oop. Oh, house pit key needed. I don't think we can get up there quite yet. So what on earth is the rusty key for? Unless I used it at some, on like one of the doors and didn't notice it. I don't think so.
Attention, citizens of Dunwall. The Old Port District has been added to the evacuation list. The Weeper count for the month of siege has increased.
We can
Oh, there we
continue
go.
this later, Lord Pendleton. The man of the hour is here. Corvo, I'm Admiral Havelock. A true servant of the Empire, like you. Until the Lord Regent purged those of us who wouldn't recognize his claim on the throne.
And I'm Lord Trevor Pendleton. I represent the nobility in our little group. But we all act as equals here at the Hound Pits pub.
This is a momentous occasion, Corvo. I'm going to come out.
How do you get your
We've been
hands
building
through
a
those
coalition of
small
lords
sleeves?
aimed at ending the Lord Regent's
'Cause they're all-
tyranny. and
They're fine at the
restoring
end.
throne.
At risk of execution, we're committed to finding young Lady Emily and seeing her crowned as Empress.
We've got big plans.
Oh, so those are huge
We can't
buttons.
do any of it without you. We need your skills, your ability in a fight.
Sorry, I wasn't
And
listening.
helping us. We're going to help you destroy the men who murdered the Empress.
Murder
Sorry.
things, I can do that.
You must be exhausted. We can discuss this further after you've recovered. But before you retire, you should introduce yourself to Piero. He's challenging at times, but his industrious mind buys him that right.
Yes, Piero's as much an artist as a technician. He's going to be crafting the gear you'll need. Go talk to him and then get some sleep.
Will
Talk
do.
more when you've rested.
Let me just steal all your stuff before I go. Again, I thought that was a coin. Ah, now it's open.
I'll
I'll be crafting your weapons and gear. All custom work. For you, I will create the tools of a master assassin. No! This cannot happen now. The tank of whale oil's run out. Will you get a new tank from upstairs, please, while I hold this in place? Be careful. The oil's unstable. When it explodes, there's a terrible mess.
Yeah, so you can use this to like chuck it at people and it'll explode.
The Academy teaches that absurd idea that the energy in whale oil arises from the need to maintain life functions at extreme ocean depths. The pressure and the cold are too much to endure without it. I speculate that a human being might, by a process of adaptation, produce high-energy humors in the body. I could build a tank that would slowly increase pressure on a subject over a long period of time and then observe them for years, if need be, to see if the formulation of energetic substances develop. Surely the Empress would be able to furnish me with facilities, subject and the necessary legal amnesty.
Lovely. Sokolov no longer has the upper hand with regard to supplies of whale oil. The good admiral has paid for the installation of my own system, which will enable me to work in this place. The oil tank dispenser, when activated, will produce an empty vessel for filling. When the empty tank is held near the oil tank refill pump, the magnetic attractor should take the tank and lock it in the correct configuration. Using the lever will begin the refilling process. Once refilling is completed, the tank can be removed and placed in service. Extreme caution must be used in handling the fuel tanks. They are quite unstable. The system is sound and well engineered. It appears that the Greaves Oil Company has done something correctly, for once. So can we just...
That one is empty. A new tank, please.
Oh, so this is the one. Oh, so you do it like that. And then it fills up. Whale oil processing, except from the founder of the Greaves Whale House by Ebenezer Greaves. Out at sea, they secure the beast with hooks, with lines cast from the main ship and from several smaller boats. Buoys keep the whale from diving deep. Once it's caught, a larger hook is driven through the tail, which is used to hoist the creature up through the chute. They moan and bellow for some time as the men get them onto the deck, then lift them into the scaffolding overhead. The ship adjusts its prow and returns to port in Dunwall, where the crew works on the great creature, slicing off the fattiest parts while it still lives. Whale vivisection, excerpt from the notes of a natural philosopher on board a whaling ship. Remarkably, each specimen I had the pleasure of studying during the voyage possessed some minor variance in physiology. On the second leg of the trip east of TYVIA, the crew hauled aboard a female, some 42. Is that feet then, since it's one little? It's not two, which would be inches, which that would be a small whale, wouldn't it? I estimate she weighed, I mean, I guess she could be short like that way, but then like really big that way. So, never mind. I estimate she weighed 35 tons and the ship sat low, rocking side to side through the night with her thrashing. By candlelight I took her apart, sketching and taking notes. Against her bellowing I cut into the mass of tentacles around her mouth. Pardon? Within I found row upon row of teeth and a baleen running along the upper jaw. Through this broom-like structure I assume she filtered food from the water that was too small to be chewed. Failed experiments. Excerpt from a series of lectures on natural philosophy by Piero'S. Of course I have attempted to improve upon Sokolov's designs. Of course, and why not? After all, it is likely that his thinking was influenced in some small way by our time together at the Academy. We are all part of a community, striving to unknot the mysteries of the cosmos. Even those among us who possess the greatest minds are often led to a fruitful line of consideration by, how does one say it, our intellectual subordinates. Sokolov is no exception to this, despite the glamour of genius he has cast over the aristocracy. Jeez, I had to pause and get ready for that one. And further, it is true that many of my experiments have failed. No need to gossip about it behind my back, in your social clubs, and in the very chambers of the Academy itself. Great ambition requires risks. You may laugh now at my door to nowhere, but someday you will not. Your children will likely see it as commonly as you see the electric lamps lighting our streets at night. But a few short years ago, you would have laughed at Sokolov's arc pylon or wall of light. Your laughter, your condescending smiles, they are nothing but evidence of your own limited imagination. Dead counter responsibilities, except from a manual on new city watch procedures. Commissioned by the Lord Regent in the face of the growing plague crisis, the dead counter is a position that will only be given to officers, usually of junior or middle grades. In most matters of edict or curfew enforcement with no S on it, which I'm not saying they're wrong, I'm saying I added an S when I shouldn't. These officers will defer to the acting officer on duty. However, any dead counter will have command in situations related to the plague and the handling of the dead, including those with late-stage plague symptoms, called weepers in common parlance. Starting in the month of rain, interested officers may apply for the test and, if accepted, for the 2-week training tour. Pay will be administered in coin and rations of elixir at 1.5 normal pay grade. I was going to say, hopefully you get paid more for doing that line of work. Wait, I just got siege. Oh, you don't have loot for me.
Perfect. Now plug it in.
Hold up. Thank you.
Just get it near the receptacle,
Piero's request is denied. Piero, no, I will not sign off on these purchases. A bag of powdered crystal, Tyvian ore. What's wrong with the metals in crystal? King Sparrow feathers? If you need feathers, sacrifice your own pillow. Maybe at the Academy everything you needed was paid for by tariff and handed out willy-nilly, but this is my bar, or what's left of it, and we're operating on a budget. We're running low on oil, food, elixir, building materials, and everything else. So you've got to slow down. While I'm footing the bill, I will not approve your purchases unless they're absolutely required. No more copper wire or special herbs. If you need those things, go out and scavenge them. Half the city is in ruins, so no one is going to miss any of the odd crap you seem to need. Admiral Havelock.
Then we'll do the rest.
A second solution. Excerpt from a series of newspaper articles from prominent natural philosophers by Piero Joplin. It is through no fault of my own that the average citizen has expressed a preference for Sokolov's elixir over my own formula, sold as Piero's remedy, a name I did not choose if you must know the truth. The public has spoken its usual message of idiocy, spending their coin as a means of selecting Sokolov's formula over mine, which I believe will be equal if not superior. Much has been made over the popularity of these concoctions as a mean of resisting this remarkable new plague. I say remarkable because this strain works with an efficiency we have not seen in the history of the Empire. This plague, now making its way through the city of Dunwall, is unrivaled in its effectiveness. I have studied it within the blood of those so afflicted, and it is nearly perfect. Elegant, in fact. And while it's true that Piero's remedy and Sokolov's elixir are known to protect the body against the plague equally, my own has properties not fully understood which relate to the mind itself and the spirit. And it is in this way that my formula wins out. Here is where one should pay attention to this contest. We see Sokolov's elixir, which is, with its emphasis on the brute animal body, is a crass go-getter suited for livestock. The subtle and secret variance in the key ingredients making up Piero's remedy ensures that it works on the higher functions that separate humankind from the mindless, blue-jawed hagfish swimming in the Wrenhaven River. Thank you. Now you can have the thingy.
Perfect. Thank you, Cole. Here, see? The assassin's mask. You're a wanted man, so everyone in the city knows your face, but this mask will mean terror to them. If you just hold still, the fit must be precise. There. Can you see normally? Center lens out of alignment.
Are there supposed to be
There.
spikes on the
Better
inside?
now? I could create more for you. Upgrades for your gear, weapons, munitions. But our situation here is desperate. Scavenge the city for valuables and I will resell them on the black market. That should give us the money to craft the things you need. Tell me what I can make for you.
Jeez. Yeah. Let's see. Rewire tool allows you to rewire circuitry and turn security systems to your advantage. I'm more interested in the crossbow things. Sleep dart's sedative effect is... Well, no, we're just gonna kill him. We don't need that. Makes the sword more effective when locking blades and pushing against an enemy. And there's upgrades to the pistol optics. See, I think I want to focus more on using the crossbow just because, well, it's a crossbow. The accuracy might... Yeah, so we can get better headshots. Auto reload. Let's have higher bolt capacity. 846 left. Let's do a bone chone. I think that's like that we get for hours later. Sure. Let's use our all of our money.
You must be exhausted. I advise that you get some sleep. Your life will get even more difficult soon.
Is that
you
a threat?
should rest while you can.
Yeah, you're right.
Sleep well.
Because we've looked at everything. Somewhere else. I think we've looked at everything. This isn't how I left the house. It's gonna be a decorating nightmare.
Hello, Corvo.
Hello.
Your life has taken a turn, has it not?
You
The
can say that,
Empress is
mildly.
dead. Her precious daughter Emily is lost somewhere in the city, and you will play a pivotal role in the days to come. For this, I have chosen you and drawn you into the void. I am the outsider, and this is my mark.
Can I have your
There
jacket?
are forces in the world and beyond the world. Great forces that men call magic. And now, these forces will serve your will. Use this newfound power. My gift to you.
Your tattoo.
Come find me.
Press V to execute a fast and stealthy forward dash through the world. Yes, this is our blink power. Loop. Cannot savor, you cannot savor, you cannot savor. Hold up. Let's just make sure we didn't accidentally miss something. Aha. Oh. Darn. Ooh, jeez. I was gonna say I don't have to watch my step until we get over there. Turns out, no. Emily's letter. Corvo, I am very sad. They say that you're dead like mother, but I'm going to put this note in a bottle and throw it into the river because I do not believe them. Living here is very strange. I do not like it, so please come for me if you can. Don't you worry. We're gonna murder everyone and save you. Like low poly wargaming. Yep. Hello. So if we do it like this, you see there's those little arrows. Just like climbs them up. I thought that was air going up, so I was like, can we jump into that and go up? But no, it's water flowing upwards.
In the days that follow, your trials will be great, Corvo. Seek the ancient runes bearing my mark in the lonely places of your world, and at shrines raised in my name. These runes will grant you powers beyond those of other men. To help you find these runes, I give you this, the heart of a living thing, molded by my hands.
Is it a
With
whale?
this heart, you will hear many
No,
secrets,
wait, that's not big enough.
and it will guide you toward my runes,
Surely.
no matter how they may be hidden. Listen to the heart now, and find another rune.
Okay, I'm gonna listen to it, but because I wanted to, not because you told me to. Equipping the heart in your left hand helps you locate bone charms or runes, even through walls. The heart beats and lights up when you are facing a bone charm or rune, and it beats faster as you get closer. The heart will whisper secrets if you press V while targeting a person or location.
This place is the end of all things, and the beginning.
Yeah, we're gonna try and get as many of those runes as possible. Thank you. Is there something over here? Don't think we can make that. Oh. Thought there might be something. Uh-oh, uh-oh. And we're okay. That was probably not wise. Thank you. Uh-oh. And there we got a room. Once you've collected some runes, open the journal and go to the power section to exchange them for powers. Rune can be collected and used to acquire supernatural powers. And here we go. Think dark vision. See in the dark and see living things. I think we need to spend time. Because it slows down time. And you can also increase your vitality. Agility, shadow kill. Unaware enemies who don't see you turn to ash as they die. Well, I guess that's good so they can't find bodies, but we don't mind. Oh. Never mind, we have to do vitality for one rune. Rune, yes. You have an extended health bar. At level 2 you will regenerate. There's no well there. You regenerate more health faster.
How you use what I have given you falls upon you, as it has to the others before you. And now I return you to your world.
You need to get
But
patches
know
for
that
your
I will
elbows.
be watching with great interest.
And we're back.